Alright, so this is episode 8, Monstrine. I'm actually not sure what Monstrine mean, if that is a word. Now that I've said it, let me go and Google it. The answer to that is I don't believe Monstrine is an actual word. I'm not sure if it's something else, but I don't want to search any further in case I end up spoiling myself. But a little bit of a recap. We saw that their next destination is the Sanctuary, which will take about 3 months, and from what we've learned from real Akari is that it's throughout this whole journey that Menou ends up feeling that friendship for Akari, and then they end up at that place where I feel like it could be the Great Salt. I can't remember what the name of it, but that was where Menou ends up getting killed by Flare, who holds the Sword of Salt, and then that is when Akari restarts everything. But their first detour is in a city called La Belle, which is actually a place filled with the Fourth, who I assume are the terrorists we've seen from episode 2 who were on the train. And we were introduced to a new character whose name is Manon LaBelle, who is currently the leader of the Fourth in LaBelle, since Count LaBelle, who is her father, fell ill and now she's acting in his place. She's also accompanied by this other girl who just looks like she's on drugs all the time. But the last thing we saw of her was Manon taking her to an Iron Maiden and then just getting her crushed in there, and we see blood coming out of the Iron Maiden, but we also saw that when she was getting crushed, the little girl was getting crushed, she didn't really have any reaction to it, to which I assume she is just high out of her mind. She's probably in some other world right now. I made a connection in the opening that one of the dead body was probably Manon's mom, since Manon said that Flare had killed her mom. But then I had the connection, but I hadn't really fully connected that there's a chance that Manon's mom was a lost one or an otherworlder, since Flare seems to be, Flare and Menou seems to really only kill lost ones or otherworlders. And then there's the off chance that the little girl is also a lost one. But then at some point in the back of my head, I was just like, what if Manon, since her mom was a lost one, what if she split? I'm gonna continue to keep that in the back of my head for now. But I do have my full-length reaction up on Patreon, which you guys can check out in the description down below. Other than that, let us get started. Oh yeah, totally forgot to talk about the fact that we saw one of the 4 major human errors, but whatever. Oh, we get to see this scene again? I thought there was a chair in there. She was standing this whole time? Or I thought it was a wooden chair in there for her to sit. Or maybe she was standing on the wooden chair. So then the head of the Iron Maiden would fit her head. Yeah, so that's Akari coming in to, like, revive her, essentially. And then we go back to, like, the Great Lake of Salt. Great Lake, something of salt. And there she is facing Flare. Ah, she'll be fine. She'll just end up using pure concept again. Well, there, Akari. You're teetering between a line of yandereism. Ah, okay. Oh shit, they're going for the preemptive strike. Tools that runs on Ether? Channel Magecraft? Oh. Akari's already gone. She had no interest in it. Oh, she's noticing. Flame shot. Oh shit. Oh, so she doesn't use it, or just in case, you know, you never know. What the fuck? I hope that's not the knife that you just gave her. Maybe it was just all part of her plan. Ah, so it was the terrorist boys. Hmm. Ah, alright. Oh, there's Manon. Mm-hmm. Beautiful and strong. Yeah, time to wipe him out. Oh shit! They're just gonna blow up? No. I was thinking Monstrine, but I was thinking that they are going to turn into something. I don't know, but something. I mean, she wasn't the one who started it. Expense approval form. Ooh. The usual investigation. Oh, so that's what they were distributing. Sin Magecraft. Sin Magecraft. So it's just that same little girl who's just being sacrificed? Hmm, okay. Why are they raising their hand? Jesus, you're being carried by... God, Menou's just being carried by Momo right now. Just really got her to shut her up. Oh shit! Oh, this is the second time we saw Akari's butt. Oh shit! Sorry, a third time. Just get this away from me. Really laying down the comedic vibes. What, you didn't even notice she was there? In the market? She was wearing her usual outfit. Oh. Oh, so it is the Iron Maiden, so she is making... Mm-hmm. She's been... I don't even remember that guy. She literally just says her plan. She's just like, yeah, that's right. You guys have all eaten the sandwiches. Oh my god. Her own hand is choking her. Damn. Oh, she's dead now. Are there any other complaints? Who never inherited your mother's power? You guys are still talking shit about her? Like, come on, guys. A certain individual. Okay. Sure. Okay, so the little girl is making drugs. Sorry, the girl is filled with drugs, and all Manon is doing is poking holes in her and then turning it into drugs. Oh my god. Oh, your leader. Who's your leader? Oh shit. It's Ashuna. Dude, Ashuna's running a gang of... You die. And then they're in a bar. Oh, she's just calling her little princess now. Man, this man's just pounding that ice away. It's the fog? Okay. What is Momo doing? Just standing in this... Mm-hmm. Oh, damn. God, they're just reusing the same scene. Oh shit. I mean, we should have expected it, but oh shit. They already... Or she's gone in disguise, okay. She just wants to put an outfit on you. Oh, she made that maid outfit pretty quickly. I have to go now. Alright, bye, Momo. This episode consists of them using the same scenes. Don't show me Akari's butt again, alright? Oh, God! Oh, there's Menou. Damn. Momo's pretty good. There's Akari. Just don't look to your left, Momo. God, there's Akari's boobs. You know, you think that you would put like a wig on Menou or some shit? Oh shit, Momo found out. Holy shit. Akari has fucking turned on my backup battery because my power tripped. Shh, Akari, shh. Okay. Don't, everyone! This is all drugs! It's all Monstrine! Everybody's turning into monsters by the end of this! Oh my god! Alright, it's the ending now. The tone of this episode was a little, not to say off-putting, because we've seen the comedic vibes of this show before. It's just that the more comedic vibe had been played in, like, small chunks throughout each episodes. This one has just been like, yeah, let's shove as much as we can into this episode. And so, I was about to say I can't even say it now. But just putting it alongside with the idea of Monstrine and, like, people turning into monsters, and then the fact that Manon has, you know, laced her sandwiches with Monstrine. Does that mean it was just regular meat that she just laced with like the girl's blood? But yeah, and then there was a lot of there was a handful of reuse scenes, so it was just a bit of an odd feeling in this episode. But I'm gonna go write my notes, and we will be back to the center. It's so that scene, right, of just her taking it, and you hear that dun, the freaking stinger, and then the fucking echo from Menou's voice as she stabs the watermelon in her mouth, which it's just a little off-putting for me, but I'm trying to figure out is this like a play of like, oh, you know, remember that time she fucking stabbed Akari in the back of the head? It was like an assassination attempt, except with watermelons. Okay. So they have a what is it? The guys, when they turn, they have like a red glow, and the green, not the green, the green lady, the other lady that Manon used it on to get her to choke herself, it was also red. So it's like red ether, sort of like the sin, because they said it's like sin. It was either sin ether or sin magecraft or something like that, and some of it sort of originates from the Pandemonium. Alright, I'll figure it out once I get to it. Because Momo was having the explanation to Ashuna, and it was just going through like one ear and out the other for me, because I was like, I'm not gonna remember this unless I write it down, so I'm not even gonna bother listening to it. That, and I was just taken aback by the usage of the same scene again. And I was just kind of like, I don't know, it's a little odd, and because I was wondering why Momo was just constantly doing this and looking up. I was just like, what is she looking at? But I realized that's probably the loop that they were doing. Because after they showcase Momo grabbing the little snacks and just like violently crunching it, and then Ashuna appearing from the side like 3 times. I was just like, oh, okay, you know, it's episode 8, gotta save a little bit on the budget, you know. Looks like the design of them looks like I thought they were going to turn into more of like beast-like monsters, but it just looks like it has the jaw of a beast and then the head just looks like goblins. Okay, I did want to see this part again. Pastor Cecilia. I've got a name for her. Pastor. No need for compliments. I heard you made a big show. Yep. Can't say I'm impressed given you're an executioner with another worlder with you. Situation was unavoidable. Afterwards, I came across a number of odd things. Okay, let's discuss this odd item here. Your approval form for travel funds. It doesn't specify the most important details. So how to kill Akari. Okay. Oh, I'm glad that we have Pastor Cecilia, so at least that's an S. Don't actually intend on taking her to the sanctuary. There's no such place that takes other worlders in. Promise I'll find a way before we get to the sanctuary. So you want more money for this journey based on an ambiguous promise. Well, at least Pastor Cecilia knows. So if it's a fair transition where I compensate you for your labor, there might be a way. So Pastor Cecilia just wants her to do some fucking work. So either way, it seems like Menou wouldn't have been able to leave the town that easily anyways, because it seems like Pastor Cecilia would have just forced her to do work. I don't know why I keep capitalizing Monstrine. They don't capitalize it. What is this? Sin Magecraft. Okay, so it's Sin Magecraft. And invoking Sin Magecraft most often involves a human body, spirit, or soul. So it's like the red thing. Okay. The red crystal, whatever, red gem. I just realized they reused this scene too, because I was wondering why they were lifting their hand up. This episode, man. Jesus, goodness. Okay, let's not see this scene again. Let's just... Akari's butt! Get it away from me! Okay, so Manon was the one who suggested it, since she is the one who's making it. Okay. Provides euphoria, and is highly addictive. That's what you said when you bought in that etheric tool for producing it. Has been adjusted to be that way. Fund our activities, but those who take it can potentially be used as hostages to stave off the false. As a final resort, we can turn them to monsters and use them as weapons. So why is our... Okay. Okay, Ether Living Sacrifice, Chaos, Adhesion, Pure Concept, Chaos, Summon, Tangled, Jump Ropes. Pure Concept, Chaos. Chaos, Adhesion, Pure Concept, Chaos. It's just word salad to me right now. So they called her arm Tangled Jump Rope. What a way to describe it, honestly. Like, I mean, I guess it gets long enough to where you could use it as a jump rope. What is this sound? Is that the sound of her arm, like, growing and, like, ripping muscles? Because that's not the sound of her neck breaking, that's for sure. So is there any other complaints? So he says, you're a failure who never inherited your mother's power. How dare you? To which, like, guys, you have all eaten the sandwiches. Stop. It's simple, really. A certain individual. Yeah, so a certain individual. We still haven't known this certain individual yet. And we don't know whether that's the same person as the people on the train who said to take the red gem or not, but maybe they're the person who gave her the little girl. I do like this cut though. I do like that cut. Of her trying to attack Ashuna and then afterwards she just gives up. She's just like, ah, fuck. Like taking in demons. monsters are basically creatures that have mutated by taking in original sin, okay? You know, I forgot to mention, but like the sound of the bar kind of reminded me of Final Fantasy VII. Well, until about 1,000 years ago, before Sin magecraft existed, demons and monsters didn't even exist, so the Pandemonium. Okay, so her pure concept, the girl's fantasies materialized into demons, and the blood and flesh that fell from her became monsters. So that is not the same as that little girl, but that is sorta what she does. Yeah, in terms of like similarity, her blood turns into Monstrine, and then when you take Monstrine, you turn into monsters. It's not that her blood and flesh turns into monsters, it causes people to turn into monsters. Okay. So fantasies materialize into demons and her blood and flesh became monsters. Okay. An inferior imitation of her pure concept, chaos, became what we know as Sin magecraft. Okay. So that little girl is like an inferior imitation then? Alright, so that was episode 8 of The Executioner and Her Way of Life. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. I just want to make sure that all the questions I'm going to be asking are all rhetorical questions, so feel free to not answer them. But okay, I don't even know where to start at this point, but I mean, my overall thoughts, I sort of already said it towards the end of the episode where it feels a little off to me anyways. I don't know how it feels for you guys, but the way that they were using some of the comedy, albeit I feel like that's just me in general, there's just something weird about me. When it comes to comedy, it hits me from time to time, but then at other times, it's just, I don't know, like I don't know, I'm a little bit odd about it. And then there's also the usage of like the same scenes, the same scenario, but for different, with different dialogues and all that. It's a little, I mean, I already said it, you know, it just feels like gotta save up on the budget for perhaps the next episode when shit gets real or something. But it's just, I'm fine with like them reusing some scenes. It's just the amount of usage that they reuse and the certain scenes that they use that make it look very obvious. Again, just like the scene with Momo taking the stacks and crunching and Ashuna coming in from the fucking side. So, low odd, but let's move away from that and let's talk about the amount of fucking info dump that is happening in this friggin' episode. So, let's just talk about Manon. You know, let's talk about her since we've learned quite a lot. We've found out that Manon's mom is indeed a lost one, or at least the hint that she is a lost one, since one of the 4th members said that she didn't inherit her mom's power, which I don't know. Like, is that, I say apparently because I don't exactly know it for sure. But that's what that man said, and perhaps this is something where if she is a lost one and then she, I'll say made a baby, she got pregnant and she, you know, gave birth to Manon, and like Manon didn't inherit her power, apparently. But we don't know, I'm not sure yet whether that is true or not. I'm just taking it from a 4th, which I don't trust, but we'll just have to see. And then we've also learned that the little girl is indeed the source of Monstrine, and we've learned what the Iron Maiden is for, which is the thing that creates the Monstrine in the first place, since we learned from Akari and Momo, sorry, not Akari, Menou and Momo, that Monstrine is being distributed and that it uses it uses Sin magecraft, which when it's invoked, it most often involves a human body, spirit, or soul, but there hasn't been a lot of reports of people missing. There's only been a few people missing. I would assume that most of it involves that little girl, since she seems to be immortal to this shit, so she can just continuously regenerate or something, and her blood is creating her blood is creating the Monstrine. We saw that 2 members of the 4th, when they said, you know, let's do a preemptive attack on Menou, they really meant like right after the meeting is over. And Manon had saw them, and she realized that the 2 of them are talkers, so she decides to turn them into monsters as a way to keep them from talking. And also now that she knows who the Flaret is and also what her name is as well. And so in the next scene with Manon, she reveals to the 4th members that she is indeed the one who suggested distributing the Monstrine, and that she laced sandwiches that they were eating with Monstrine, and that was the reason why the 2 dudes had turned into monsters. And she said that a certain individual had asked her to spread the Monstrine in return to helping her enact revenge. And I was wondering if that certain individual is the same guy or the same person who helped the terrorists on the trains. We'll just have to see. And during the conversation between Momo and Ashuna, Momo explains to Ashuna about how 1,000 years ago monsters and demons didn't really exist until the Pandemonium, which was this girl whose pure concept is that her fantasies materialized into demons and her blood and flesh became monsters. To which, after I saw that and I wrote the notes down, I was like, huh, her blood and flesh became monsters, huh? She's like the Antichrist. So, also from Momo, she said an inferior imitation of her pure concept chaos became what we know as Sin Magecraft, since Sin Magecraft didn't exist before then too. So it makes me wonder if that little girl is a cheap imitation of the Pandemonium. And if she is, like, how does one make a cheap imitation of the Pandemonium, since we saw from Orwell that she was able to take a bit of the... What is the other... that white drop thing, I forgot what it's called, one of the 4 major human errors. The Star Husk, there you go. Since Orwell is able to take a bit of the Star Husk and use it for herself, it seems like people are able to... I mean, and then we also saw Flare had taken the Sword of Salt too, so people are able to take the pure concept of these 4 major human errors. To which, by the way, 4 major human errors... It's supposed to be, what they were saying, it's supposed to be showcasing what the people with pure concept can do and how, you know, what history has done and everything. But, like, we still see people use it anyways, even after these people are long dead. So, obviously, we have not learned anything. You know, these people have not learned anything from the power of pure concept. So Manon is planning on enacting revenge specifically on the Flaret and not Flare herself, because of course, you know, if you wanna... I mean, no. Yeah, I don't know. She wants to enact revenge on Flare, but like, on the Flaret, but I don't really think at this point Flare would give a shit, but we'll just have to see. I mean, maybe she might feel a little bad, but like, we saw Flare went and fucking killed Menou for, what I assume for protecting Akari. But other than Manon and Sin Magecraft, Original Sin Monstrine and all that, I don't really have all that much to talk about for Akari and Menou, other than in the beginning when Akari was all like, "You probably look cute when you were drowning, huh?" And I'm just... she was saying that to Menou, and when Menou was like, "Yeah, you know, I almost drowned here once." It's like, the way she just says it, you know, it's very borderline yandere, and I'm just like, alright, Akari, I mean, I kind of figured that you might have yandere tendencies, but like, chill. And then for Momo and Ashuna, other than the info dump that Momo gave on us about Original Sin and what the Pandemonium was, we saw that Ashuna had given Momo information about the Monstrine, or at least a distribution, and Momo, being the stubborn girl that she is, she doesn't want the information from Ashuna, but it seems like, well, in the beginning, Momo was trying to do a sneak attack on her, but then she's like, alright, after that sneak attack didn't work, I know that if I just prolong the battle, you're just going to like it. So Ashuna's just like, oh, I'm glad that you figured out who I am. You know, I'm glad that you know what I like and all that. But it seems like Ashuna herself has already figured out Momo, since instead of just giving her the information, since she knows that Momo doesn't want to owe a debt to her, she ends up making it a competition and basically taunting her about it in order to just get Momo to take in the information anyways. Despite these two only meeting each other in like very short occasions, you know, they're not with each other all the time, and for the most part, they're just constantly battling each other or they're battling something else. Even when they have all these short encounters with each other, they're already figuring out what each other likes and what each other don't like. So I really like that. I just want a full episode of just Momo and Ashuna. There, I said it. That's all I want. But this episode has been more focused on Manon and information about her or things relating to her, so it was very nice. I already mentioned my small little gripes with it, but if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys when I see you guys.